Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another very exciting Star Wars video. It is I, your favourite galactic hostess, Star Wars Meg. Today we have some pretty big news. Most of it concerns the Mandoverse. We're going to talk about Dave Filoni, then we have updates for Skeleton Crew, and then we finish with some more reveals from the new Star Wars Encyclopedia. You don't want to miss it. If you've not done so guys, please hit the big subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications, but no more jibber jabber, let's get on to the news. We start today's video with a big rumour. Lots of odd rumours going around from the same sources. I always say take them with a huge pinch of salt. Sometimes they do provide very necessary insight into what's coming down the line. Other times, they're pure BS. In this instance, I would say it's a good prediction. It's being labelled as a scoop, but I would say, let's be cautious. What am I talking about? Dave Filoni is reportedly working on a new Star Wars project that will start filming in late 2025. It will serve as a new spin-off to his Mandoverse. First of all, the Mandoverse is Jon Favreau's Mandoverse, and I should further clarify, this project is not Ahsoka Season 2, it's not the Dave Filoni movie, it's something entirely different. And that means Dave Filoni is a very busy man, if it's true. At the moment, we only have 4 more Mandoverse projects to go: Skeleton Crew, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Ahsoka, and Dave Filoni's film. I can imagine, as CCO, he's having conversations with Kathleen Kennedy, with other creatives, about what kind of direction the Mandoverse should take when the known projects are wrapped. But something's very strange about the production start date. Ahsoka's second season, which starts filming in May, is still going to be filming when this starts. And with Filoni's movie not set to go into production until 2026, what sort of series or movie are we dealing with? It is something that is presumably being written as we speak. It's one of the reasons I don't necessarily trust this rumour, but knowing Dave Filoni, who's always 2 steps ahead with future projects he wants to work on, anything is possible. And something I have to wonder is this going to be a Bo-Katan spin-off? I know it's not a popular notion. Fans say Mando Season 3 was the Bo-Katan spin-off, but a Katie Sackhoff-oriented series has been rumoured for years, and now that she's back on Mandalore, I don't think the Mandalorian and Grogu's going to pay too much attention to the reuniting of the different tribes. A Bo-Katan spin-off, where she once again has to deal with power and the organisation of New Mandalore, is pretty fascinating. There's a very good chance that's the running idea for the Mandalorian's 4th season after the movie, but could it be turned into a Bo-Katan project? Kind of similar to Book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett faced the challenge of ruling Tatooine as the new daimyo, and in a similar vein, Bo-Katan Kryze must navigate a comparable leadership role on Mandalore. Maybe that's what Dave is working on. It's certainly worth speculating. But moving on, Skeleton Crew. So in yesterday's video, I mentioned the breaking news that the premiere of Skeleton Crew is dropping a day early on Monday the 2nd of December, not the 3rd. Every week afterwards, it's on Tuesday night if you're in America, or very, very early morning on Wednesday if you're here in the UK or Europe. But honestly, I'm a bit baffled. I can't believe Star Wars keeps doing this. This has become something of a habit. For instance, they did the same thing with Ahsoka back in 2023. Originally, the first 2 episodes were due out on Wednesday, August 23rd, but a few days beforehand, Disney moved them up to Tuesday the 22nd, and the whole schedule was changed. For Andor Season 1, kind of a similar deal, they announced it was going to be a 3-episode premiere, and Diego Luna on Good Morning America broke the news of a change of release date. So, the question is, why is it so hard for Disney to plan a schedule ahead of time? Why do they seem so disorganized almost? Why do they keep shifting things at the last minute? And I've already seen from the comments, a lot of fans were similarly very confused, some even saying they had plans for Monday night. I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's not the end of the world. We're going to have lots to talk about on Tuesday. Nonetheless, that has been the big story over the last 24 hours. And here's another fun piece of Skeleton Crew news. Jude Law's been listening to some of our theories, guys. He has. In the latest interview with the actor, he says he's very aware of our theories. The theories he's a Jedi, the theories he's a Sith, and one theory he says he finds particularly funny is a link to Palpatine, or Rey's father. I didn't even consider those ones. I've got to be honest, I hope there's no Palpatine link. And he says this: I love all of them. I love the passion for this universe, and the potential in this universe, the links and people's sort of desire for paths and characters to cross. I mean, it's what makes it so alive. And I'm glad he's saying this, and not bashing fans, just for having some fun quirky theories. However, he's not willing to tell us anything, saying this: knowing the scale of this universe, he's slightly contradictory, duplicitous, and multifaceted, but he's clearly quick-witted and changeable. But the big question is he loyal? Is he a threat? What's his intention? I hope it's as good as he's saying, and I'm hoping we can get invested in his character, and it pays off. So now, my dear Mandalorians, on to the Star Wars Encyclopedia. We're going to begin with Sabine Wren. In Ahsoka Season 1, we learn that Sabine's family died during the Night of 1,000 Tears. But for a while fans wondered, was this really Lucasfilm's way of telling us Sabine's family was dead? Or was it just an assumption Sabine had made following the Great Purge? Was it just that the rest of Clan Wren was presumed dead? It's Star Wars. No body, no death. Some Mandos were able to flee. They scattered and went into hiding. Remember, Baylan was just reading Sabine's mind. And Sabine almost resented Ahsoka that she couldn't be there for them. This was at the time of their big falling out, the first time she trained under her. The new encyclopedia does mention their deaths, but the wording makes it rather uncertain. You'll see why in just a moment. As a Star Wars Rebels fan, I'm so disappointed their deaths were off screen. I would have loved them in the time period of Mando. Now that Mandalore is back, reunited, they would have been fantastic in The Mandalorian and Grogu. A piece of positive news, Fen Rao is still alive. They do not mention his death. That's really important, because this encyclopedia goes out of its way to specify when characters appear dead, might be dead, and if they don't mention any death, we can assume they're alive. And in Ursa's case, the language they use, while I interpret conclusive, does leave a door open for a return. They say this: Ursa is believed to have died during the Great Purge of Mandalore. Believed to have died. So, are they trying to have their cake and eat it too? Give us a temporary conclusion until they decide what to do with her next? So, there is a little bit of an opening if Filoni does want to bring them back, but I think the mourning is an important part of Sabine's arc. Maybe they went into exile, even though they were presumed dead. Perhaps Bo-Katan finds them, and by the time Sabine and Ahsoka return from Peridea, she can reunite with them. But I'm not sure if this is something on Filoni and Favreau's radar. It's kind of like the character Ketsu Onyo. No one really talks about her. She's alive and out there somewhere, but we have to wonder what would she bring to the New Republic time period. She's very niche, someone who only Rebels fans remember. But that said, my dear friends, those are just some more reveals from the encyclopedia and the latest Star Wars news. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, let me know, give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you, always.